Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Just listen.
I'm going to tell you some things about the World Cup in Qatar and the relationship between Qatar and the West that will shock you. Secrets that the Western media and the mainstream media probably don't want you to know. Now, as you can see, there's been calls for boycotting the World Cup in Qatar and protests in Western nations and other nations, and the mainstream media going to Qatar to protest the LGBTQ rights, women's rights, migrant workers issues, and so on and so forth. But I want to talk about some of the hypocrisy that's been going on here when it comes to this issue. This is the Queen. Now, what if I told you that Qatar owns more of London than she did? Qatar was a British protectorate from 1916 to 1971. That means it was part of the British Empire. So Britain essentially owned Qatar for that period of time. After Qatar got its independence, it found by some chance that it was sitting on a massive reserve of natural gas in an area called the South Pars Field. And instantly, Qatar turned from a desert country into one of the wealthiest countries on the planet. This is the former Prime Minister of Qatar, HBJ, and this is the Queen chatting, having a chin wag. And he, after he left office, set about, with a consortium of Qatari investment to start buying up large sections of London and the UK. Some of the properties that Qatar owns in London include the Shard, one of the most iconic buildings in the capital, which they built for £2 billion in 2012. A major stake in Barclays Bank of £4 billion in exchange for a $322 million cash investment after the 2008 collapse so that Barclays wouldn't have to get a bailout from the government. A 22% stake in Sainsbury's, one of the main grocery stores in England. 20% of British Airways, the national airline of Britain. 20% of Heathrow, one of the main international airports in England. They own Harrods. They own the Ritz, Claridge's, the Connaught, the Savoy, and in total 4,000 land titles and a land mass equivalent to 1.5 times the size of Hyde Park, one of the biggest parks in London. Follow for the next part of the secrets and the things that the mainstream media do not want you to know about the connection between Qatar and the West.
You have heard it. What the media won't never tell you.